world of rugged smartphones has changed. They're no longer clunky backup devices meant just for the outdoors. Today, flagship rugged smartphones bring together durability, power, and premium performance. If you're looking for a phone that can survive drops, water, and extreme conditions without compromising on modern features, this list is for you. All the products I mention are linked in the description, so you can check them out for yourself. That being said, let's begin. At number 10, we have the Alcatel G3. The Alcatel G3 is a rugged flagship designed to balance toughness with style. It features a 6.6-inch Full HD display with Gorilla Glass protection, offering a clear and bright screen that stands up to scratches and impacts. G3 comes with the MediaTek Dimensity 7050 processor, paired with 12GB of RAM and 512GB of storage, making it as powerful as many standard flagship phones. It is rated i68, i69000, and MILST D810H, so it can withstand water, dust, drops, and harsh environments. Its 10,800 mAh battery ensures excellent longevity, often lasting multiple days on a single charge. Camera system includes a 100-megapixel primary sensor, a 20-megapixel night vision lens, and a 16-megapixel front camera for selfies. Compared to the Doogee V Max S, which I have included as number 8 on this list, the G3 focuses more on sleek design rather than extreme bulk. The pros include strong performance, large battery, and night vision camera. The cons include heavy build and average software support. At number 9, we have the Alcatel G1. This smartphone is built to handle almost anything. It features a 6.6-inch Full HD Plus display, protected with reinforced glass that stands firm against scratches and falls. Powered by the MediaTek Helio 99 processor, it combines decent efficiency with reliable performance, supported by 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. The Alcatel G1 is i68 and i69000 rated, giving it superior water and dust resistance, along with the standard military-grade certification for drop protection. Packs a massive 12,000 mAh battery, making it an endurance beast for outdoor usage. The phone comes with a 64-megapixel Sony main sensor, a 20-megapixel night vision camera, and a 16-megapixel front shooter. Compared to the Alcatel G3, which I have included as number 10 on this list, the G1 prioritizes endurance with its oversized battery. The pros include long battery life, strong durability, and good camera setup. Cons include bulky design and slower charging. At number 8, we have the Doogee V Max S. This device is a powerhouse in every sense. It sports a 6.58-inch Full HD Plus IPS display with a 120Hz refresh rate, offering smooth visuals for gaming and daily use. Running on the MediaTek Dimensity 820 Ultra chipset with 20GB of RAM, 12GB base plus 8GB virtual, and 512GB of storage, this phone is built for demanding tasks. It features a massive 22,000 mAh battery, which is the biggest you will find in this segment. Its triple camera system includes a 200-megapixel Samsung sensor, a 64-megapixel night vision camera, and a 16-megapixel wide-angle lens with a 32-megapixel front camera. It also comes with 5G connectivity, NFC, and a side fingerprint sensor. Compared to the Ulefone Armor 30 Pro, which I have included as number 7 on this list, the V Max S excels in sheer battery size. Pros include gigantic battery, powerful processor, and 200-megapixel camera. The cons include heavy weight and slow recharge time. At number 7, we have the Ulefone Armor 30 Pro. This rugged smartphone comes with a 6.78-inch AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate, offering brighter and richer colors than most rugged devices. It is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 820 chipset, backed with 16GB of RAM and 512GB of internal storage. Its i68 and i69000 ratings ensure excellent water and dust resistance, while the MILST D810H certification keeps it safe from falls. Battery is a large 13,200 mAh cell, optimized for endurance and charging at 66 watts fast speed. The camera system includes a 200-megapixel main camera, a 64-megapixel night vision lens, and a 50-megapixel ultra-wide sensor, plus a 32-megapixel front camera. Compared to the Doogee V Max S, which I have included as number 8 on this list, the Armor 30 Pro trades some battery capacity for a superior AMOLED display. Pros include AMOLED screen, strong camera, and fast charging. The cons include very heavy and limited availability. At number 6, we have the 8849 Pro Tank 3 Pro. Smartphone has a 6.78-inch Full HD Plus display with Gorilla Glass 5 for added protection. It runs on the MediaTek Dimensity 820 processor, paired with 16GB of RAM and 512GB of storage. The rugged build comes with a 68, a 69,000, and military-grade certification for resistance to shocks and the elements. The battery is one of its standout features at 23,800 mAh, delivering record-breaking endurance. Supports 120-watt fast charging, which is rare for such large battery devices. The camera system has a 200-megapixel Samsung main sensor, a 64-megapixel night vision camera, and a 50-megapixel ultra-wide shooter. Compared to the Blackview BL9000 Pro, which I have included as number 5 on this list, the Tank 3 Pro wins in sheer battery and charging speed. Pros include largest battery, 120-watt charging, and solid cameras. The cons include very bulky and expensive. At number 5, we have the Blackview BL9000 Pro. BL9000 Pro is built to be both rugged and modern. It has a 6.78-inch AMOLED display with 2000 resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate, giving it superior visuals compared to most rugged devices. Inside, it runs on the Dimensity 820 processor with 16 GB of RAM and 512 GB of storage. It is i68, 69,000, and MILST D810H certified, ensuring complete protection from water, dust, and shocks. Battery capacity is 880 mAh, which is smaller than some competitors but balanced with a slimmer form factor. The camera array features a 200-megapixel main sensor, a 64-megapixel night vision lens, and a 50-megapixel wide-angle shooter, along with a 32-megapixel front camera. Compared to the 8849 Pro Tank 3 Pro, which I have included as number 6 on this list, the BL9000 Pro offers better screen quality at the cost of a smaller battery. The pros include AMOLED display, high resolution, and strong cameras. The cons include smaller battery and higher price. At number 4, we have the Doogee V Max Pro. This phone is designed to push rugged performance to the limit. It has a 6.58-inch Full HD Plus IPS display with 120Hz refresh rate. The device runs on the MediaTek Dimensity 820 Ultra processor, combined with 20 GB of RAM and 512 GB of storage. Battery is an enormous 22,000 mAh, making it one of the biggest in the market, with 65-watt fast charging support. The camera system consists of a 200-megapixel main shooter, a 64-megapixel night vision camera, and a 16-megapixel wide-angle lens with a 32-megapixel selfie camera. It also includes features like NFC, customizable buttons, and 5G connectivity. Compared to the Samsung Galaxy XCover 6 Pro, which I have included as number 3 on this list, the V Max Pro is far larger and more powerful, but less sleek and portable. The pros include huge battery, fast performance, and versatile cameras. The cons include massive weight and slow updates. At number 3, we have the Samsung Galaxy XCover 6 Pro. This is Samsung's take on a rugged smartphone, blending durability with the familiar Galaxy experience. It has a 6.6-inch PLS LCD display with a 120Hz refresh rate and Gorilla Glass Victus Plus protection. Snapdragon 778G processor runs the device, with 6 GB of RAM and 128 GB of expandable storage. The XCover 6 Pro is i68 certified and military standard rated, making it capable of handling tough conditions. The removable 40-50 mAh battery sets it apart, as you can carry spares to swap when needed. Dual rear camera includes a 50-megapixel main shooter and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide lens, along with a 13-megapixel front camera. Compared to the Doogee V Max Pro, which I have included as number 4 on this list, the Samsung device is far lighter and easier to carry, but has less battery endurance. The pros include removable battery, lighter build, and Samsung software. The cons include smaller battery and fewer cameras. At number 2, we have the AGM Glory G1S. This rugged smartphone is notable for including a thermal imaging camera, making it highly useful for professionals in fields like construction and outdoor work. It comes with a 6.53-inch Full HD Plus display and is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 480 chipset, with 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage. Carries an i68 rating and military-grade certification, providing complete durability. The standout is its camera system, which includes a 48-megapixel Sony IMX582 sensor, a 20-megapixel infrared night vision lens, and the Lepton thermal imaging sensor, along with a 16-megapixel selfie shooter. Battery is a 55 mAh unit, providing decent endurance. Compared to the Doogee Blade 20 Turbo, which I have included as number 1 on this list, the Glory G1S is less focused on performance and more on unique imaging features. The pros include thermal camera, rugged build, and night vision. The cons include weaker processor and average battery. At number 1, we have the Doogee Blade 20 Turbo. This device is built for those who want a rugged flagship with a more compact feel. It features a 6.5-inch Full HD Plus display, running on the MediaTek Dimensity 6080 chipset with 12 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage. Design is rugged, with a 68 and I69000 certification, plus military-grade durability standards. Its battery is 5150 mAh, which is smaller than the giants on this list, but still capable of lasting a full day with ease. Camera system includes a 50-megapixel Samsung primary sensor, a 16-megapixel wide-angle lens, and an 8-megapixel front camera. Compared to the AGM Glory G1S, which I have included as number 2 on this list, the Blade 20 Turbo delivers more modern performance but lacks the thermal camera versatility. The pros include compact design, smooth performance, and solid cameras. The cons include smaller battery and limited features.